Yeah. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah. Love. Crazy ain't the great nerdcore rap guy. Got into a dual fate and I just pulled a trap card. Third-rate rappers with a fourth-rate catalog. Destined for the shadow realm, y'all should never act hard. Flow is so insidious that I need an apprentice type. Master with the force, peep the context in my sentence, right? Phantom like the Sithis, just don't ask me what my pen is like. They know that I'm the menace, who you kidding? Bitch, I'm Dennis like. Sweet to drive, hide-headed, rhymes are Shirley Cole. Tested, you can never twist my metal like the jury go. I ain't never mad when I push it to the max. I got Chris riding with me, bout to turn this bitch to Fury Road. Since animated, I'm the one the crew congratulated. Winners will provide protective cover like it's laminated. Damn, I made this 16 like a guillotine. It's fascinating. If you think that you're ahead, you get decapitated. All that aside, I ain't merely here to rap words. I'm here to tell you who representing for the black nerds. And to remind you, neither one of these are bad words. Biggest living mirrors, they just choose to see it backwards. Who be the leaders of discussion when a topic trends? Dissections got the culture under microscopic lens. Who got the type that you can miss it from the start and make you feel like an expert on the subject by the time it ends? Check the stat, Louis, viewership is mad nice. All these other shows don't seem to cut it, that's a bad slice. Off the books with unscripted drills you can't write. No vampires, but these interviews on Anne Rice. Yeah, this is the best part. Rhymes on Mandalorian, Independence made a best score. Starting a war with these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or Death Star. So far removed from the drama, we don't notice harm, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mischief managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically to sum it up like you define math, this crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. I'm Mary band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view. Yeah. You are now tuned in to Blerd's Eye View. And without further ado, we out. Yeah.
Hey everybody, we are back again. It's Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. I don't know what time, whatever other coast or country where you're watching us from, but we're here. Thank you for tuning in. This is Blerd's Eye View. I'm your host and man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for giving us your support. And please, by all means, go over to the YouTube channel, like, subscribe, share, even donate. It keeps the ship in the air. Also, you can check us out wherever you listen to your podcast, and you can go and watch us uninterrupted on APRTV. That's Always Press Record Television on your Roku devices. Shout out to Trey Lawson for APRTV. But without further ado, let's get the party started. We have a special guest in the house, but let's get our party started. I'm going to bring up somebody who normally is dealing with the children's of such type, or in this case, like she calls it, the olds. Whoopty freaking do. What's going on, Whoopty?
How you doing?
All right. See, it's nice out there in ATL.
Yes, no rain, thank God. It's Dragon Con weekend. Keep your fingers crossed.
There it is. Dragon Con weekend is this weekend. So shout out to Whoopty, I think you will be in attendance. I know Navy will be there, who is our local globetrotter for the week. What's going on? Our very own horror aficionado, Queen of the Kebab. I did it again. Queen of the Macabre. Geek by heart.
We knew
What's going on?
What's up, lady? What's going
on? I knew I was going to do that for the same time. I do it. What's going on?
Nothing. Just enjoying the day, enjoying my last bits of summer.
Yes. So school starts for you. It hasn't started yet, right?
I mean, I'm in a charter system, so it's a gradual start. Like, because I'm on leadership, we just had 1 week in July, and that's it. And so then our teachers came back last Wednesday, and then our kids come back next Thursday.
And please, if you can support the teachers out there, because let's face it, the education system is suffering. Please, by all means, donate what you can to the school systems if you can. The children need something. Some of the kids are coming back to school and can't afford certain things, and is what we take for granted. So these teachers are coming out of pocket to do what they can to make sure these teachers can do their job, to make sure the teachers can do their job, to make sure the children can learn the lessons they need to learn. So shout out to our very own Geek by Heart. We'll put it right there. So who's frozen right now?
I'm frozen?
Yeah, you're frozen. The scrolls got to you again. But it's the norm. But yeah. I know. So, as you see in the chat, welcome to Blerds Eyeview. Feel free to chat with fellow nerds and Blerds below. Like, share, and subscribe to stay notified. Super chats are very, very much appreciated and help to keep the stream going. We are live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we have clips Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So, season 16, Jesus Christ! When I say it like that, it doesn't sound like it. Shout out to all the people who are joining us, our local share writers. Mal in the building. What's going on, Mal? Christy D's in the building. I'm looking for our guy, Bama. He hasn't shown up yet. So, whoopty.
Well, it's about the movies I'm hearing.
Yeah. So, as the crew knows, and some people in my circle know, I cannot and will never be able to attend Dragon Con because it's my anniversary weekend.
Bring the wife.
That'll never happen.
Exactly.
Large crowds, long periods of time, over sensory overload. It can be. It absolutely can be. Like her social battery is like, all right, I'm ready to go. Okay, all right.
This might be the first year I skipped the parade.
Is there a reason why? They normally have the parade on
Saturday?
Okay. Because it's 5 hotels.
Yes, there's Westin. 4 host hotels, 5 host hotels in the area. 3 of them are connected by what we call hamster trails, or like skyways, and it's in the street, it's in the buildings, it's everywhere. It's a lot, and I'm a person also with a small social battery, so
I envy those who can go.
It's my nerd Christmas.
Hey, I envy those who can go, but I'll take it. Appreciate you, Mal. Thank you. He says happy pre-anniversary to me and the wife. Thank you. So yeah, I have to live vicariously through the crew who does attend, but that's okay. So
I want to go one day.
Yeah, somebody actually said to me, you can do like one day, and I'm like, I gave them a look like, it's me. Seriously, one day?
You're never gonna be able to.
Yeah, one day only to come back to the hotel and then get and have the cut eye. Yeah, it's not worth it. The death will be much more significant. Let's put it that way. So you went there the whole day. You said a couple hours. I know I said a couple hours, but the lines and then this and then I got this and then, yeah, that's not happening. Trust me. This is from the same person who we were out running errands. This was a couple of years ago. We were out running errands and we just happened to be near my local comic book store where I get all my book stuff from my pull list. And I said, I'm going to run in. I'm going to grab my pull list. I'm going to be out. I'll probably be like 15 minutes. This was in the summer. And I came out 40 minutes later. Didn't realize 40 minutes passed by. Uh, and I gently got in the car, and she had fell asleep. So gently got in the car, turned on the car, and the first thing she looked at was the clock. She was like, "Really?" I'm like, "The AC was on."
That's not an excuse.
Go straight to jail.
Not an excuse.
Never did that again. So we got our special guest in the building. This brother is making major moves. He's also partnered with Blerd Station, so shout out to this brother. It's doing well. But I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. BioAn Inc. and Pencil Maestro BIPOC Animation Festival Award nominee and creator of the first globally distributed digital desktop format comic, RocBottom, has garnered praise from hundreds for his stylistic and innovative approach to his craft, to his staff. His creative works has been featured in the Underwire online magazine with his creator-owned comic, Lions Den Revolution, the first comic to ever be presented in digital desktop format. Other comic credits include Queen of Sin and Masters Devils for Legion Studios and 803 from 803 Studios. Rock's titles include Order, Shadow Club Karma, and Jet Boy, soon to come, and Dawn of Chronos. And in addition to his comic work, Rock is bringing his creations to life through animation. His upcoming projects such as Brides, Dark Goddess, Jet Boy the animated series, Shadow Club Karma, the series, and the Lions Den Revolution, the movie, are all currently in production for multiple platforms. Rock Bottom's Jet Boy Today Was a Good Day was a jury selected for the 2024 BIPOC Animation Festival in Austin, Texas, and later nominated for Outstanding Animated Feature. That's a mouthful. That's a mouthful. But we're going to bring him up on stage. Corey Davis. First off, hey, that's not Corey. That's Mandela. But Corey Davis, RocBottom Studios. What's going on, Corey?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, that's me. There I go.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, what's up?
An extensive catalog, my guy.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But yeah, I'm here somehow. But yeah,
you chose wisely, sir. You've made a lot of wise choices.
Oh yeah.
To get as many accolades as you have, as I've just read off, and I'm sure there's more. So normally we would just kick this thing off. How did you get started? Blah blah blah. I want to do a little bit different.
Okay.
Let's talk about Corey.
Okay.
Where did the gift of animation, schooling and influences, where did that start?
Basically, I grew up mostly in Maryland around Washington, D.C. before we moved here to South Carolina, where I am now. Mm-hmm. And that's where I discovered the animation bug, I guess. It just kind of came into my life during that time, early 80s. So that was the era of Hanna-Barbera, Saturday morning cartoons. In the afternoons, we had like old reruns of Looney Tunes and Speed Racer. And then that era started slowly drifting into the He-Man and Thundercats era and such. So I would say probably around that time, I had to be about 5 years old, and I was fascinated with the artistry of the animation more so than the animation itself. Like a lot of kids my age were taken back by the characters and everything, wanted to get the lunchboxes, the toys, the merchandise, and I was just like, how do they get these drawings to move? So that was my whole introduction to it all. And of course, comic books was like the closest thing that I could do to animation as a kid. So of course, that kind of came as a package deal. So I would say that's around the time that everything kind of started for me.
Okay. Lainey, question?
Okay. I am curious on is there any plans on how you can bring your gifts to like a younger generation?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We what we do is we do these series of workshops in schools and at our own studio and everything. So we kind of opened the door for younger animators and future comic book writers and artists. We just have them come in sometimes and just shadow what we do. Yeah, pretty much that's the game plan for us to kind of open that door to that young generation, because we live in a city that didn't really have those types of resources when I was that age. So to provide those resources and be able to have those types of connections and skills and everything to share with the younger generation, we jump at the chance to do that and share that through workshops. We go to schools. We have certain workshops in our own studio. We might go to like libraries, whoever we're partnered up with at the time, to kind of spread the gospel of, animation and comics for the young generation to kind of come in and, take the wheel long after us, senior citizens are ready to retire.
Not yet. We the same bracket, not yet.
Yeah, so
you're Gen X, so you're fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but that's pretty much how we do that. So.
Yeah, you're Gen X. We have a different type of vibe. I don't know what it is, but whatever's in our lifeblood, we keep things rocking. It was like,
hey, I totally agree, 110%.
Lady Mandalore, you got a question?
Yes. So, where did you? I'm so sorry. I'm flustered. I apologize. I'm starting over. Where did you find, or did you ever find, a mentor? And who were they? How did they inspire you? Do they still support you in any way?
Oh yeah. I have several mentors, some of which came into my life at a time where I really needed that type of guidance. And when it comes to the arts, I have so many different people that I can kind of point out. I'll be here all day pointing them all. But my art teacher in college, a gentleman by the name of Tyrone Jeter, like he was when I was younger, I like to compare our relationship when he first came to our school. Our relationship was kind of like Bart and Homer Simpson. So I was the knucklehead that he was always trying to get to, kind of fall in line. And then after a while, it just kind of, understood what he was trying. I was picking up what he was laying down a little bit more. And till this day, he's still a mentor. He made a very, very important, very sizable contribution to our animation studio print shop that we have going on here. Okay. So, and that was just recent as of last week. So shout out to Tyrone Jeter. Yeah, so he's probably one of, my biggest, mentors, in life right now, as far as art goes.
I find that, and I'm glad you mentioned a lot of the 80s era of cartoons. Mm-hmm. We were the originators, I should say, of the cartoon block. From 5 to 6 a.m. up until almost noon. Was like you were up Saturday, like you were locked in, and these were the things that you were checked out on, and that was it. There was no other discussion.
Yep.
Your moms and your pops was able to work with you and say, all right, after those cartoons go off, we cleaning up, we cleaning the house.
Yeah,
that was just how it worked for us. I is so hearing that those types of cartoons were the influence for you does a lot of justice for a lot of people, because I've seen some of the worst cartoons.
Oh man, you and me both.
Where they just like, I don't remember that, and I'm like, oh, I do. You know,
that's pretty much my brain. My brain is like an oversized catalog of animation, and that goes for like the best of the best and the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
So I can rifle off titles that people don't even remember.
So yeah,
I totally get it.
So I want to talk to you about. Okay, so you're working with Blerd Station, which we are also a part of with the press team for Blerd Station.
Yes.
And what projects do you have coming towards Blerd Station that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I have a pretty sizable catalog that I'll be bringing to the station. I worked for a studio for about 6 to 7 years where all of their content was digital. And I left that platform around 2019, and that digital catalog hasn't really been seen online since. So what I'll be doing is I'll be bringing that entire catalog, that digital catalog, to Blerd Station. We are also working on several animated shorts and, animated pieces that will be, contributing to the Blerd Station library. One of which is Jet Boy, which is one of my that's my baby, actually. Like, it's a comic that I created initially about 20 years ago, about a top secret government agency that polices alien technology. And this 10-year-old kid is one of those agents. But the most important aspect of that story is it was born of me being around the same age as the character, Paul Perkins, around 10 years old, reading comic books. And, this was pretty much right before Milestone and Spawn and everybody came along. So around that time, there wasn't really many heroes that looked like us, So the importance of putting Jet Boy out there, it was kind of like a love letter to young Black kids that we can be heroes too. So just creating that narrative and in that particular project was very important. And I didn't really have a plan to turn it into an animation until I met my current co-director of animation, who is Mike Sofaluke. Shout out to Mike over in London. Mike is a Nigerian animation director who has worked on projects like Love, Death, and Robots. He's worked on
great series.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the most recent one he did was the 400 Boys. If you haven't been watching that anthology series, by all means go check that out. 400 Boys, I think Mike did something on. I could be wrong, but he'll yell at me.
That was a wild one. Wow.
Yeah,
that's Jet Boy right there.
Yeah, and that's a clip from the very first finished animation that Mike and I worked on. I had the privilege of meeting Mike through MySpace, to let you know how far back that was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I met him as an animator, and I was there to kind of network with other artists and everything of different backgrounds. I met Mike, and I knew he was an animator, but about 3 months into our friendship, I did the first initial sketch of Jet Boy and shared it on the platform, and he saw it. And he said, well, tell me more about this character, because this kind of looks like what me and Marvin, who's a partner at the time, like, this looks like what we do for our day jobs. And I was just like, well, what do you do for your day job? And he's like, I don't know. Do you guys have the gorillas over there in the States? And I was like, wait a minute, what? And so he's like, yeah, I do like lead animation for the Gorillaz music videos. And I was like, you've been working for the Gorillaz music videos this entire time and you didn't tell me?
I beg your finest pardon.
A phrase that has been getting used quite a bit lately. So it's like,
Sarah, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, so that's how our friendship kicked off, and to this day we still work. And that image that was just shared is from the first ever polished, finished Jetboy animation that we worked on together.
I'm gonna grab a clip for it, but Geek by Heart, which is Laney, our very own Laney, she wants to know: was it difficult being a POC in your field?
Yes and yes and no. There's the whole yes and no aspect of it. I guess no, in the sense of I had some very good mentors and people leading me into the lanes that I needed to be in and which ones I needed to avoid. And I guess what made it hard is the fact that those lanes exist.
Right.
So I guess that's probably the easiest short form answer, because this is like an industry where there's not a whole lot of us. So that's why it's very important for me to start that animation studio that I started, so we can have more of an opportunity, especially around here in the city that I'm in. There's little to no resources for the animators, especially animators of color. But that doesn't mean that there aren't animators of color here in town and aspiring animators of color. So the kids that look like us that, can't afford to get into SCAD or may not be able to beat out 700 other kids that look like them, that don't look like them, to get into that Disney internship, they need some type of alternative. And that's pretty much why it was important for me to push through with what we have, because we know how hard it is in the industry, to kind of, come up, especially like I said, in the community that we're in. It's very hard. It's very hard.
I was going to ask, what you, like you said, you're a transplant from DC, now you're in South Carolina. I was going to ask, you don't really hear a lot of people coming that, whether it's in any of the form of animation or entertainment, coming out of the South or out of the Carolinas or anything like that, for that matter. So I was wondering how that worked, because in our circle, a lot of stuff is either West Coast or the DC area, or maybe even New York City. Yeah, mostly New York City, but you don't really hear it from like other states. Like they have their own kind of thing. Even here with me here being in Cleveland, it's more artsy than anything. It's a lot of comics, but it's not a lot of us comics. So they have it, but it's like, once again, you don't see you. So that was interesting. I'm glad that you're doing something to kind of like shine some light over here. Like, hey, you may not make, like you said, you may not make that Disney internship, but you can come over here and we make sure you get seen. We make sure you work. You make sure you get somewhere, get your foot in the door. Who knows what happens.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing is, because we have those connections with Disney and Cartoon Network and such, it's kind of a way that, that talented bunch can, kind of cut corners to a degree, for lack of a better term. And, we give them the training that they need, and then we turn them loose on them. And, they can, kind of take a look at what's out there and what they're qualified to do. In some cases, we'll put them in situations where they can learn directly from Disney animators or animators from Nickelodeon. You know what I mean? So we're starting to come into our own down here. You guys are familiar with Bitterroot?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Well, Chuck Brown and Sanford Green are from here. We all went to school together. So
look at that circle. Look at that circle.
Together. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Mike Coulter, who played Luke Cage, he also went to our college for a little bit before he went off to USC. I mean, we have a pretty solid stable of talent here, you know, but it's like we said, like a lot of the resources we had to go elsewhere to get.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To even
tell Mike we still looking for him in that second season of Daredevil. We just saying. Everybody else is showing up.
Well,
yeah. So I'm waiting for that too, man. To be honest, yeah, I'm a big Luke Cage fan. So
Lady Mandalore, another question.
Are you able to find talent naturally? Like, do you have people that are actually seeking you out? I ask that just because of the Disney connection. Do you find that there are people that you can connect with or have maybe a more, I guess, a more natural connection with them without all the pressure of them feeling like shit, I'm at Disney, like I have to stay on my grind type of situation? Is it a little bit easier? Do people find it a little bit more easier? And have you had people that have left Disney come to y'all and said, thank fucking God?
We're not there yet. We're trying to. We've had some folks seek us out because, you know, just for the most part, we're kind of the only game in town that can actually direct people within the animation realm here to that type of connection to like a Disney or a Nickelodeon and such. We had the privilege last year of partnering with Compass Studios. Shout out to Tony Type. Compass Studios is a Black-owned 3D animation studio here in Columbia, South Carolina. And with our partnership, that made both of our studios the largest animation studio, Black-owned animation studio in size and scope in the world. And I know there's like a list of Black-owned studios that you can, you know, throw out there, but in size and scope, between that merger that we have like the biggest Black-owned animation studio like on the planet.
How big we talking in
Well,
people and like feet?
I'll give you an example. I'll give you one example. There is a editing suite on this campus that there's only 3 of them in existence. And that's
wow.
We have one, Sony has one, and Warner Brothers has one. So to kind of give you an idea of what that size and scope looks like, that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're talking about when it comes to size and scope.
And so it's condensed, but it's stacked. That's what it is. The talent is there.
Oh yeah,
but it's so out of the way.
Yeah,
that they wouldn't know that all this talent, all this future talent and future celebrity is sitting here and no one sees it.
Right. Yeah, and that's a good explanation of the Compass Studios itself. We didn't even know that it existed. That it was kind of sitting off in the cut. You know, it was just kind of there. Like, we didn't know what it was until we went to meet with Tony for the first time. And on the outside, it just looks like an old, like abandoned shopping center, like an old strip mall.
Oh man!
But when you go inside, it's like a multi-million-dollar facility with sound stages.
Let's go.
Yeah, like sound stages, the 3D master 3D editing suite for the animation, all of that, talk show sets, green screen room, infinity wall, like it's completely decked out, and you would never know that it was back there in the cut, you know. But
see, that is something I've never thought about taking an abandoned mall or strip mall and that's actually pretty damn genius.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's Tony type. And yeah, he's a genius himself. He's an OG in the game. He has a background in Atlanta. He used to work for LaFace Records back in the 90s.
What? Is this
Yeah.
where everybody went?
Oh.
Yeah,
What college did you go to, bro?
huh?
What college did you go to that everyone's coming around this in?
Oh man, I went to Benedict College here in Columbia.
All right, so Demetrius and Kevin over at Blerd Station, we need to mine Benedict College.
I just talked to them yesterday about that. I entered a partnership with Benedict. Shout out to Miss Moore, Gina Moore over there, who's one of my old professors in the arts department. We are starting an internship program with them, so we can mine those young minds and start that next generation of Black animators coming out. And starting in spring of next year, we're going to be kicking out that internship program. So that, and I talked to Demetrius and Kevin about that yesterday. I think it was yesterday, the day before that, or I did talk to Demetrius maybe yesterday, day before that.
Good Lord, that's a lot of. And for those that are watching, what you're seeing is just some of the projects that they have for RocBottom Studios. I'm not showing you everything. We don't have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to join up with Blerd Station to catch the rest of this catalog.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is dope because see, I'm just amazed by how much talent and how much thinking outside the box that's going on, and the fact that you're doing partnerships with the college to let's get this going, because like you said, it's a gold mine. That's a gold mine.
Oh yeah.
That's a gold mine of talent that one isn't being seen, two is being wasted, because you people will tell you in any form of entertainment, they say you either got to go to New York or you got to go to California.
Yep.
And let's face it, prices are too damn high.
That is very true. Like that's been the thing that has taken the place of resources here, because not having those resources for years and years, and being told, if you want to get those resources, then you have to go elsewhere. And that's just been the thing that we were always taught, like coming up down here. And now that, times are changing, the internet's come into play, YouTube is a thing, schools are starting to kind of, appreciate the value of teaching animation, in some spaces,
they crawling on their bellies. They were like, oh, I'm like, we've been here the entire time.
Right. Yeah. So now that, the world is starting to kind of wake up around here, it's starting to feel less like the land that time forgot. You know what I mean? So now is the time to kind of take advantage of that. And that's exactly what we're doing. So,
yeah. So I do have a question. Because you mentioned 80s cartoons coming up on the 80s eras of cartoons. I need to know, name the most obscure cartoon from the 80s era and explain, and for those who don't know, have never heard it, never seen it, explain the premise.
Oh man.
80s and 90s. I'll say 80s and 90s.
All right. 80s is probably easier because there's so many of them. So like so many very obscure ones. Two come to mind actually. Ulysses 31 is probably
Where's Davy?
Yeah. That's probably one that just kind of pops in there every time somebody asks me this question, because it's a retelling of like the Greek gods, but it's, told like through outer space, Star Wars, like space opera type of narrative, and it is probably one of the weirdest things that I've ever seen coming up, like around that time, because of the animation style was weird, because I think it was a joint production between Japan, France, and something else. It was a bunch of different countries that you would never think would come together on anything.
Yeah.
And let's make this cartoon. And it was very odd, to say the least.
Yeah.
Coming up. But that's one. And I think the Mysterious Cities of Gold is probably the other one. Yeah, like that one. I still don't know what that was about.
I know me neither. But I remember it had a nice soundtrack too.
Yep, yeah, I remember that theme song. They make sure you never forgot it.
Yeah. But Whoopty, did you have a question?
You're muted, baby.
Just a quick question. Is there anybody out there that you are aware of their work, whether it's a big or small studio, that you wish that you could work with?
Oh yeah, Martian Blueberry.
The circle is there. I swear to God, our circle is tight enough.
Like on some legit shit. I'm screaming it in my head, like, oh my God, they need to, something needs to happen.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're gonna talk to Carl again, Carl and Love. We're gonna be like, hey.
Yeah, here's a funny story about Carl. I met Carl, I want to say this had to be about 2007 and 2007, 2008. I think this was still around Boondocks time. And this was still, once again, MySpace era. And I was talking to, I think, LaShawn Thomas at the time, because we would keep in touch. I met LaShawn through Sanford, and we would talk on social media every now and then. And when Mike Sofaluke put the bug in my ear about turning Jet Boy into an animation, one of the people I was referred to was Carl.
Yeah.
Like, talk to Carl. And Carl was one of the first ones to tell me, yeah, go out there, don't worry about the money, do it, show me what you got, blah blah blah. And I still talk to him, like, on and off, like, to this day. I think the last time I talked to him was probably last year, sometime, to be honest. But yeah, so I was telling him, I reached out to him about the studio that I was opening at the time, because I wanted to see, because I saw Martian Blueberry was kicking off, and wanted to kind of, hit him up and just be like, hey, I got some ideas. And I think we just kind of missed each other like ships in the night, like I'll write him, and then like a month later, he'll hit me back.
Because life be lifing.
Yeah. But I saw what they were doing, so I'm not mad at it. But I would love
there's room at the table for everybody. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like it's not like it was when we were coming up, where you just had, what was it, ABC, NBC, and CBS and Nickelodeon. And that was it. Like that was it. Like, no, when the three major networks dropped off, Nickelodeon came through on Clutch, and then Cartoon Network came in, and they said, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then Boomerang popped up, and now it's kind of like, it was like, everything's on Boomerang now. And it was like, yeah, you used to show the older cuts, but now it's like, if it's like 5 years old, we'll throw it on there. So it's like,
I remember all of that. I remember that era. So
it's definitely something to sit back and even my wife said, she's like, you watching this? I'm like, it's cartoons. These are comfort zones. You don't seem to understand. This is
right.
I wish I had $5 just to go to the corner store again. and get a couple things of candy. So it's just one of those things we don't get, or we take advantage. I should say we've taken advantage, and I need to revisit cartoon theme songs again, because there were some hits. I'm telling you, there were some hits.
Oh man, I got a circle of friends where we just kind of get together and just do that every now and then. Like they'll hit me up on like Facebook or something. And my buddy Omar likes to put me to the test. He likes to keep me on my toes.
Yeah,
shout out to Omar, and he'll throw out like a list of. He'll get some screenshots from all of these different like animated shows from like the 80s and 70s and stuff. And he's like, okay, I'm not gonna say what they are. I need you to tell me what these things are. And he's constantly testing my gangster on my knowledge of my knowledge of animation, but he hadn't stumped me yet.
Look, right now the catalog falls to Muppet Babies and Beast Boy from Teen Titans. Like like and Steve from Family Guy, or from American Dad. I'm sorry, Steve from American Dad. Like those three, I'm like, yeah, nobody knew Steve was crooning like that. I had no clue that he was dropping bangers like that. And Beast Boy, here come Beast Boy, and I'm like, oh,
now that was a banger. That was a banger. I wasn't like a big fan of Teen Titans Go, but that song was a banger.
Yeah, he started dropping some of them songs, and I'm like, let me just give this a moment, and because this is catchy right now. I'm like, I'm with it, you know, and it don't help that they had that second Robin joke in the black background, and nobody caught it unless you knew what happened with the second Robin. I'm just like, oh, they on that kind of time. I've got to see what this is all about now. So
like, don't traumatize those kids with telling that story.
Yeah,
they're not old enough.
Literally in the whole. So for those that don't know, there's an episode of Teen Titans Go where Robin is like standing in front of a bookcase, and it's just in the background, and there's an urn. There's an urn with a crowbar leaned up against it with Robin 2 written on the urn, and I said, "Well, damn." Y'all wild. I said, well, that's an open book.
That's not the Robin killed by the Joker, is it?
Yeah, yes. I was doing. That's why I said I can't believe they did that.
It's like, if you know, you know.
Let me check this out. I said I need to come in and I need to figure this out now. At which point, after that, I said, okay, the show may not be the original Teen Titans. However, it has its own niche, and it's funny, you know, like, because there's a lot of jokes in there. It's like, okay, we're coming off a bit jokey. It's not like some of the other shows where they're pushing to it. It's like, no, there's just literally like a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor, and they just ride with it, you know. So and it works. It works. So so I'm gonna have to revisit some of them cartoons though. You know, a lot of those were right where they needed to be, and needed to talk about it. Man, you have such an extensive catalog. See, I could wrap this whole thing talking about these 80s cartoons with you, man. I'm like, I gotta. It's people don't understand how huge and Lainey, you know, that catalog is massive. 80s and 90s cartoons is massive. 90s cartoons for me was Mighty Max.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That
ending, I'm like, yo, what is going on?
Right.
Why are they doing it? Yeah, Mighty Max, their last season was brutal. I'm like, they're showing this?
Yeah.
Everybody in the same episode? I'm like, come on. Mighty Max, Mummy's Alive. That was another one. Mummy's Alive was a hitter. Like,
Gargoyles.
Gummy Bears.
Gummy
Oh,
bears.
Any
Oh,
of those Disney slates. Any of those
Yeah.
Disney slates.
Look,
yeah.
Chipping
here, yo, Mark Cooper. What's going on, Mark? King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. Yeah,
Yes, Mark Cooper.
yeah.
Mark Cooper is the voice of Jet Boy, by the way.
Look at that. The circle is small.
Mark Cooper is
Oh.
the voice of Jet Boy.
Look how this works. It works.
Yes, I had the privilege. Mark is such an amazing individual. He tolerates me when I can't answer the phone. I love him to death. He's such a fantastic talent, and I'm very fortunate to have him kind of spearhead this animation that we're doing.
Mark is a good friend of the show. He's been on it several times, and we previewed his music. Him and 8 have gotten together at one point. Yeah, Mark's been out there. He's been on the grind. Like, I've never seen anyone.
I tell you, I'm telling you,
like,
I'm so
the
proud
first
of
time, and this was on Blerd's Eye. And this was about 3-4 years ago,
right?
And my co-host I had then, he was saying, he was just making a joke. He was like, "Yeah, you got a massive catalog of music." He's like, he's probably making another one right now. He was like, and Mark said, "Yeah, real talk, I'm actually finishing up." But no, we were like, we were just joking. And he has a huge catalog of music.
Oh, absolutely.
And he hits every time. It just hits. And so when I listen to people like him and Crazy 8 the Great, these are guys that I'm like, they get it. They know what's going on. They're tapped in.
Right.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah. He did such a good job with Jet Boy. Working with him and working with Cynthia Kranz. She has voiced almost every video game and every anime. Like she's Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
The
only one that was close to keeping Goku in line. It was like, if I feed him, he'll sit still.
But it was awesome to get her and Mark together to work on Jet Boy. I'm actually wrapping up the end of this 10-minute short that we're doing. So that's where I've been pretty much all day with Emilio. Shout out to Emilio. He's been on his grind doing the last of that animation and editing. So to give you an example of who we're working with and how hard we're working on it, that's pretty much where we are. And Mark and Cynthia were both a joy to work with on the voices and the voice acting and everything. So yeah, Jet Boy's going to be pretty solid when you see it. It's I'm
ready. I'm ready. Yeah. Before we let you go, before we go to break, I want the ladies. It could be a question. It could be reminiscent on whatever the cartoons were that you came up with. I'll let you have the floor. You can have the floor. Lady Mandalore, you already have the floor, because if I don't do the ship right, you'll get in my ass.
Oh God. Oh no. Yeah. Voltron. Gummy Bears reboot. Who else? Oh my God, I'm trying to think of what. X-Men. Sorry.
There you go.
What am I doing? Ewoks.
Ooh. Damn, I forgot. How could I have forgotten?
Right.
I'm like, I know there's like a core set that I would get up super early for on Saturday. Ewoks is always in that rotation.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Ewoks and droids. Oh man. Muppet Babies, yes.
Like I said, they had a catalog. I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on this episode, but they sang it. I didn't know that.
Well, they had a lot of toys to sell, so they had to have
I'm like, look, hey, get it in. They getting it in. What about you, Geek Bard?
I'm gonna go with just like a couple, and then I have actually another question. I always remember GI Joe and Transformers, Dungeons and Dragons. Like I'm actually looking at a Wikipedia page, and I'm like, oh, I remember this stuff. This is coming way back for me. Mr. T, Dungeons Lair. I mean, Dragon's Lair. I can't believe I didn't remember Dragon's Lair.
I could never.
But I watched that, and I'm like,
could never beat that arcade
this
game.
Is bringing
never.
Back to
me either. I never beat that game. I never beat that.
Nope.
To this day, I feel like they
nothing.
cheated us on Dragon's Lair arcade.
Yep, it was never designed to win.
I actually.
What about you?
I actually thought that 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo was actually in the 90s.
That was my favorite.
It was in the
Scooby-Doo
80s
run.
now.
That was my favorite Scooby-Doo run. With
Yes,
Price.
that was mine too.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes, but like I said, I thought it was in the 90s, but it was in the 80s. It was like mid 80s at that.
Yeah.
My question for you was, if you're trying to get into your business, could you go through it outside of college, or would you say that you should go through college and earn a degree in what? Like how would you get to be where you are?
I would always say, get that education of going to school and getting prepared for the real world, as they call it. I would always say, go and get that education, but then I also have to be mindful of those who just can't, whether they can't afford it or it's just not in the cards for them. So, my advice would be just find whatever resources you can when they're available. If you can't go to school, if you can't go to college, then make sure that whatever resources that are available at your disposal to further the education in the field of art that you want to go into, whether it's comics, whether it's animation, surround yourself with folks that are like-minded, that can guide you to those resources. They may be the resource. You know what I mean? So I won't say that I will give the advice to go to college, because like I said, I don't want to give that advice to people who may not have the privilege of going. Mm-hmm. But what I would say is that we are in the age of information. So, I would say just find those resources, cling on to them as much as possible, learn as much as you could possibly learn, and, stick to the people that have, the same goals. So make sure your circle is filled with like-minded people.
Right.
And you'll go very far. And, just read a lot of comic books, watch a lot of animation, study the greats, make sure that you get all of those notes down. And if you do have the privilege of going to college, by all means do it and get that, that education that'll put you on the right track. Because a lot of artists aren't business people. And a lot of business people aren't artists. But learning that balance, that in between,
that's true.
A lot of that comes from the experience. So, the resources are key to that. So I would say if you can go to school, by all means, further your education. If you can't, latch on to those resources as you can get them.
That's what's up. Yeah. Did you have something whoop you before we go to break? This one? Mm-hmm. You muted.
You muted the boo-boo.
She was like, that button is her enemy, boy.
Pirates of Darkwater, that's all.
Pirates of Darkwater. That's a good one.
Oh, Pirates of Darkwater. Yeah, I love Pirates.
I love that one.
And as far as 90s cartoons, Darkwing Duck's theme song had no business. Absolutely no business. Going at her. I'm like, I feel like I'm at the daggone club right now. What is going on?
Oh, don't get me started on that. I love Darkwing Duck.
So, Corey, Thank you for coming on. I know you got a lot of production work to get done.
Oh, yeah.
Check this out. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me online at www.rockbottomstudios.com. That's ROC without the K. That is the hub for all of my social media, pretty much everything that we're doing. Want to give a quick shout out to the guys at RocBottom Studios, Dominique, Harry, Barry, Eric, Kylan, Heel. I know I'm forgetting some people. Don't yell at me later. Yeah, and the Four Horsemen. We have a gallery show that's currently up at Gemini Studios. Closing ceremony is on September 19th at Gemini Studios in Columbia, South Carolina. Myself, Thomas Washington, Michael Krajewski, and Lucas Sams. Shout out to very talented artists. And yeah, so be on the lookout for Jet Boy Summer Break. We are about to drop something very soon. A little surprise that's coming up within the next couple of days. Yeah, so keep your eye out on that. We got Shadow Club Karma coming up. We're doing a little something special for Halloween. And keep your eye on Blerd Station. My entire comic catalog will be on Blerd Station within the next 2 months, I would say. We just got some stuff to iron out. And yeah, we got some, creator-owned IPs that are coming up with some very talented Black creators that we're polishing and getting ready for the guys at Blerd Station. So be on the lookout for everything we got going on. All that stuff keeps me very busy, and I'm very tired. So
well, we'll let you go get to work. Like he said, check him out at RocBottom Studios. That's RocBottomstudios.com. You can also check him out on the IG places as well. Thank you, Corey, for tuning in. Hey, like he said, go sign up at Blerd Station. You will see those catalogs popping up like amongst many others that are getting ready to launch off with Blerd Station. So if you haven't jumped on yet, you need to now. And for those who might have fallen off because of our switchover, sign back up. You pick up right where you left off at, so you'll be just fine. And I believe there might be a little incentive in there for you too as well. So thank you, Corey, for stopping in, man. Thank you for talking these comics with us and cartoons, 80s and 90s. We definitely got to have you back to talk more about that stuff, because that is a well of information. Thank you for all that you provided for everybody. We will be right back. We're going to be talking about some of the nerd stuff that's been going on in our vicinity. So you want to stay tuned for that. So we'll be right back.
tales unfold. Join Power Maximus, Lord Triage, and the Darth Legacy Jason M40 on a journey through heroic realms where legends are born and destinies entwine. Delve into the cosmic currents, unraveling the mysteries of superheroes, villains, and champions. Embrace the cosmic energy that binds us all, and let your journey begin. This is the Super Breakdown Podcast. Enter the cosmic saga.
What? Yeah. What? Understand I got a lot on my mind, a lot on my chest.
Starting a war with these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or death star. So far removed from the drama, we don't notice harm, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mission managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically to sum it up like you define math, this crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. A merry band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view. Yeah. You are now tuned in to Blerd's Eye View. And without further ado, we out. Yeah.
Blerd's Eyeview is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blerd's Eyeview for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented Blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 Blerd mystery box company. All right, we are back. What's going on, everybody? Spartans in the building. Lady Mandalores are on my right and Whoopie's on the left. The way I'm looking at it, I don't know how everybody else sees it, but and our very own Geek by Heart is coming in. That was dope. That was a great interview. Corey Davis has a lot of catalog, a lot of inventory, and he's doing a lot of good work down there in Columbia, South Carolina, to help other people that look like us, other kids that look like us, to get into animation. And I think that's a really good thing because over years, I've seen very talented kids not have those outlets. They don't have the funding, they don't have the resources, they just don't have a way. And I'm glad that even though he's not in what you would consider the most popular place to be known for that, that's a good area to start, to partner with the college and everything. So that's dope. So shout out to Corey Davis. With that, we got a little bit of news.
That's exactly why I asked the questions I asked.
Yeah, because it's neat. You don't get it a lot. You don't get it a lot, and I'm glad we were able to, get him, not only just get him on, but have him join up with Blerd Station. Blerdstation.com. Go sign up. I'm just saying. Y'all thought we was playing. Y'all thought we was kidding, didn't you? We're not. Y'all know how we work around here. If we say it happens, it happens. That we got some news to jump onto. So this little show here has premiered on Netflix to high numbers, and also just had a $18 million debut at the theaters this weekend. I'm talking about K-pop Demon Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta say, songs is catchy, animation is on point. I'm with it. Did you guys get it?
All you need is a good beat.
I still haven't seen it.
It's worth it. It's very much worth it. I thought it was
it's good actually.
It'll catch you off guard because I watched it with the kids and I was like, oh, okay, I can put my phone down and actually pay attention to this.
So basically it appeared to be number one on the North in the box office twist, the film and this theatrical verse, because it started out on Netflix first, and someone said, put it in the movie theater. Let's see how it does. I didn't expect 18 million to come out of that. But it appears to be number one on the North American charts. It's also a sing-along version of the hit animated musical. Is estimated to have earned 18 million to 20 million on Saturday and Sunday. Now, Netflix hasn't reported their grosses, but projections from rival studios and the exhibitors would put ticket sales for K-pop Demon Hunters ahead of those for Weapons.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean,
I saw Weapons and I was like, oh, so that's why everybody was saying watch it. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, it's
really, really good. Lainey, are you stuck? Oh, I was about to say.
She did have the
Weapons is legit, bro. Now it's
but
the scrolls have definitely gotten me because I feel like I'm hearing you on you, but then y'all don't hear me until like 2 and 3 seconds later.
Yes.
That sounds about right.
Like right now.
So
I'll get the clipboard.
No, but it's a good movie. Netflix has already said that they're going to do a sequel, and they're thinking about they're saying that they're going to do a live action version too. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I figured something out, huh? Let's not wait 4 to 5 years though.
See that.
As long as
they just took all the irons out. Gotta give them credit.
What'd you say, Lady Manor?
As long as it doesn't look like something out of what the hell's the name of that really bad black and white movie, but like the blood was red. I forgot the name of the movie.
Sin City or the Dame to Kill For?
Dame to Kill For?
A Dame to Kill For was different. The original Sin City was completely fine because that's how it was told in the comics or in the graphic novel. But they waited 10 years
to do a Dame to Kill For, and it was
the hype was dead by then.
Yeah. I'm not even talking about the black and white aspect, but just the way that it's shot, like how that poster board looking background with the real people coming. As long as it don't look like that,
no,
fine.
No, I think they have a good thing on their hands. Problem is Netflix has a problem of you have a hot commodity, and you have people wrapped in, and then you say, okay, let's give them a series. Or you already had, or it's a series, or it's a movie, and then wait to have that second season, third season, fourth season, fifth season.
They want to milk that cow for all it's worth.
Yeah, and you wait 4 or 5 years before you're like, I can't even remember what the last one was about. It was like I missed it. But the animation is if you like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse, that's Demon Hunters. It's in that same vein of animation. I wouldn't doubt that the same people are behind it.
They pretty much said, we know you're all waiting for Beyond the Spider-Verse, but in the meantime, here's this.
Yeah. In the meantime, they just got Shamik Moore in the voice booth. So
get that guy.
Don't ask about Haley. Do not ask about Haley.
Get that guy a friend, a therapist, a dog, something.
Yeah, like don't ask about Haley. Just go in there and read your lines. Like we got 2 years.
Just get a friend. Just get a designated friend. Just at this point, I'm gonna say get a sponsor, but
a friend and a sponsor. Yeah. They said, "Oh, you ask about it. We're gonna show that scene from Sinners that you don't like. That's too bad."
Not the scene from Sinners.
This look, the scene from Sinners got everybody surprised.
Girl, you drooling.
that scene had everybody twisted. Like we like, madam. Like, I didn't know, but okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Lady Mandalore, one of our favorite aunties, is going to be in another project.
Which one? Oh,
Michelle Yeoh. Michelle Yeoh's going to be in a Blade Runner 2099.
Okay.
It's set for a 2026 debut. I think what they're trying to do with the Blade Runner franchise is the same thing that they're doing with the Alien and Predator franchise. I think they're just kind of, let's pump some blood back into this. The fan base is there. There's a fan base for Blade Runner, but it's such a.
They didn't answer the question. I'll sum this up. I'll sum up a long rant in just a few short sentences. You never answered the question from the first movie that has always been a debate for all Blade Runner fans. And they never answered the question.
And what's the question?
Was Decker a replicant?
Well, now we have to talk to Harrison Ford now. And you know, he's not going to say anything.
He's not going to say spit.
He's not saying anything. But like I discussed, what was it, last week? We discussed it, or the week before. The odds of Blade, I think the Blade Runner franchise or the mythos is tied into the Predator and Alien universe as well.
Yeah, didn't we find out that it was all in the same universe or something like that? Or
I believe it is. They're probably one of the corporations that we no longer hear about.
Pretty much,
because it's all Wayland. But no, Michelle Yeoh has been in a lot of sci-fi-esque type projects lately. She's like, she did more to dip her toe in it. She dived in and hasn't lit up.
Loved her in Star Trek Section 31. Loved her in that movie.
And Discovery. I mean, Discovery itself, when she was on a couple of those episodes, she was really good.
Yeah. I was like, it's Michelle Yeoh. How can you, like, she's gonna bring some kind of heat to the game? I'm with it. I'm surprised I haven't seen her in more. I think she's leaning away from like more physical action type stuff. Like,
I mean, she's done quite the number. She's done quite the number of stunts. So
would you look at the catalog that her, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Donnie Yen, when you look at their catalog of movies, you're just like, I can't believe I haven't seen this. It's like, it's just another movie after. I'm like, yo, it's just movie after movie after movie after movie. Like, you've been in it like since your 20s.
And I mean, fighting grown men. That's why I always tell people, look, if you were a stunt woman for 30 years, you got hands.
The minute she said, "Yeah, I've worked with Jackie Chan," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't need to know anything else." Like, I know you worked. You're like, it shows.
And they're still doing it. Like in Jackie Chan's case, how are you almost dang near in your 70s and still doing movies? Still physically doing movies.
That's the part. That's the part, because
you keep your body in check. You keep that machine well oiled. What is that man's name? Clint Eastwood. Like,
but he's not doing all that shit. Don't do that. That's
he's just sitting in chairs and slowly walking into camera shots and grunting.
I mean, that's just like Jet Li. That's like Jet Li getting off set. It's like, oh, I think I can take him. No. Don't let the slow walk fool you.
Jet Li is teaching the next generation of martial artists. That's all I need to know. Like, they recently showed a video, and I'm like, he looks healthy. He's fine. He looks good.
Lucky freaking ducks.
Although I would never want to cross him anywhere. Like, no, have you seen him or Donnie Yen?
I just want to learn wushu. That's all I want to learn. You ain't got to teach me all 6 styles, just one.
Just one. It's just crazy how they pull that together. But once again, they like I hate that they named this particular station Hi-Ya. I hate that they named it Hi-Ya. That still bothers me.
Crazy.
And it's still around, and I'm like, y'all couldn't call it like the Kung Fu Action Network or something. Like you just had to call it Hi-Ya.
I get
what Western idea came up with this?
I get that it's catchy, but at the same time, like kind of cringy. It's almost like it's almost like you don't want to say it. It's like, hey, you know that network, right? What network? You know, the one with the martial arts on it. I don't know the name of it. You really gonna make me say it?
That shit sounds racist as fuck. I don't care what.
And I know.
Like, nah. There's no.
Like just like, man, I just seen this dope movie, and it was like this person in Donnie Yen, and he was doing something. What's the station? Hi-Ya. What?
It's you know, like I said, of all things you could have called it, just really just. I keep waiting for Uncle Roger to pop up out of nowhere.
You could have called it anything but that. I'm like, that is just. That's too on the nose. I swear it's just not right. That was a Westerner type of thing.
It had to be.
That was a Westerner night. Hey, we can call it Hi-Ya. Only because the meeting has gone so long, we don't even care at this point. So
because nobody of color was in that room when that was made the decision.
Nobody.
That was.
There was nobody of that descent that said that had any kind of pushback.
I'm surprised.
It's like those Popeye commercials. You already know.
or the check was big enough for them to say, you know what? As long as the money clears.
Yeah, right. As long as the money clears.
Not my problem.
Screw it.
Lean into the whatever the fuck it is, the stereotype. Sure. Hiya, whatever. Kia. That'll be the second page.
It sounds like a kata you would get from a discount dojo that was next to it. Oh crap! I just almost went racist.
Look, it was either, you know what? It was either that, or they probably had other submissions, and they were probably even worse. So they were just like, this is probably the least offensive one we could use.
I was gonna have a chaos team in a moment. I was gonna say dim sum theater.
Oh no.
That's probably why. I don't know. No, but Mal said that, yeah, Jackie 71. I knew he was like late 60s, early 70s. He's still King of Button is later. Yeah, that I don't know if that dropped yet. I seen a trailer for that.
Shadow's Edge will be coming out in a few months, not yet.
So yeah. Pam said park the car in the harbor yard. Jesus. So yeah, that's a nice little group of actors / martial artists who people were really sleeping on. Like, and they just didn't know. Like, I knew who Jackie Chan was when I seen him in Cannonball Run 2. and that's because the car that man was driving. I was like, yo, me and my brother wanted that car. Like, this car was going underwater, had a periscope and all this other turbo boost, and the driver can fight. Yeah. But it wasn't his first leading role.
No.
As far as in the States, it wasn't his first leading role. But
dang,
yeah, when I started seeing him on stuff, I'm like, I know that dude. I was like, I know that dude.
And it made me think, what was his first one I saw? Snake and Crane? I think Snake and Crane was the first one I saw with Jackie Chan in it.
There's a movie that Jet Li did, and it was a young boy. And this young boy, he played his son. It was something of the Red Dragon. I don't know. I don't think it was Curse of the Red Dragon, but he played his son. This little boy had to have been like 7 or 8. At the time. I'm like, he's a full-grown adult by now. I'd have to look that up and find, like, what is this kid doing now?
Traces of a Dragon?
No.
Okay, sorry.
Nah. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the big brawl.
Okay.
It was the big brawl. That circle's title there. They worked. They did a lot of work.
Rumble in the Bronx was the U.S. release. That was the U.S.'s first introduction to Jackie Chan. Was that movie?
Yeah, that was it. That was everybody else. They were just like, oh, I'm like, yeah, y'all late. We know who this guy is. Clearly, we know who this guy is. Yeah. So, also Marvel Zombies. They pushed up their premiere date to September. Actually, I'm just trying to see who all I can recognize in this screenshot because I'm seeing Okoye front and center. Really, pretty much.
That's definitely Okoye front and center.
Which means
Misty Knight's to her right.
Yep. Abomination. Yeah, Misty Knight standing behind her. Good Lord. I wonder how this is going to turn out. I wonder how if it's going to turn out anything like the comic.
Mm-hmm.
And are they going to be cognizant?
Probably not.
I want to say we get Walking Dead.
Wait, like later season Walking Dead?
Yeah, when it was still good. Not them beating it to death when it was still good.
Okay.
Like Pete Negan. I'll put it that way. Right when you met Negan and the Saviors, that's when you can sit there and say roll credits right there. After that point, it's all downhill.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, they're saying that's being moved up to September. They're saying there's going to be some surprises in it. I don't know what that means. Outside of who they're having do certain voices, I don't know what that means. I'm not even seeing who they're saying as far as voice work is being done. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing Marvel Zombies and they're bringing Wanda back to discuss it, to do her voice work. But go ahead, lady.
They're gonna have Ghost, Abomination, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, Okoye, and Captain America at least.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also getting voice work from David Harbour. I never could say this man's name right. Simu
Simu
Liu. Thank you. Randall Park, Florence Pugh, Haley Steinfeld, Dominique Thorne, Iman Vellani, and Todd Williams.
Oh, basically all our favorites. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't believe that Chris Evans has voiced Captain America in any of the animated.
He hasn't. They normally go and get I can't think. I want to say it's Chuck Testicore.
Same guy who voiced him in the Marvel in the game.
Yeah, the game and some of the cartoons. Testastory. Is that how you say it? Testastory.
Mm-hmm.
They tend to the same with Iron Man. They tend to go with the guys who done the voice work for the cartoons already. So hey, it's worth looking at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the fact that you mentioned Randall Park, I'm still mad that we did not get a Wu and Darcy spinoff.
That would have been funny.
I wanted a Wu and Darcy after WandaVision. I wanted a Wu and Darcy spinoff.
It would have made sense. You can tie them across several different. You can tie them across several different Marvel characters and still maintain continuity.
Mm-hmm.
You could.
You give it an X-Files type twist, but it's comedic.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
I like that.
It's like it was writing itself.
Yeah,
it was writing itself. If you're not going to give us Luis, you could have gave us Agent Wu and Darcy. You had a way to keep everything kind of intertwined. That could have been its own. It could have been a limited series. It could have been like a 2 or 3 season series. It didn't have to be an ongoing after like maybe 3 seasons, but you could have had something.
We could have had Luis
to build with. Yeah, because especially after you like Marvel used to do the one shots, right? Which I absolutely loved because like these were just stories that were just off the beaten path.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had one where the couple. This was right after the Battle of New York, and the couple had found all those weapons, and they were just trying to figure out a way to make money.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and then you had the Phil Coulson one, like on his way to Arizona to the Thor sighting. You know, he's stopping a robbery with a pack of powdered donuts. Don't ask. So even the Thor roommate one shot that they had, the one shots were fun. One shots were fun, but I don't know. You could have had a Wu and Darcy spinoff, X-Files style, comedic twist. Still kept everything continuity and just came up with little stuff that wasn't mentioned in the show or in a movie and rolled with it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing, though. That just goes to show you, see, versus what Marvel was trying to push out beforehand, where they kept pushing out shows with no connection, no quality, no direction, no seasoning. So
no seasoning. No seasoning.
Tell me if I'm wrong. No seasoning.
This is what James Gunn was talking about? Is this what he was talking about? He was like, they kind of half got it. They don't have it all the way.
That's the thing. So that's why I was like, it's amazing, like coming up with small stuff like that. Not only is it's budget friendly because again, it doesn't require a big budget for a show. Like you said, it revolves around a certain theme, and you have the ability to drop in characters and be practical.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how that's not a win-win situation.
Oh God, it just dawned on me.
Mm-hmm.
They could have done that show and did an episode where Darcy says, I got a guy that knows somebody, and it turns out the guy she got is Luis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that could have been a whole thing.
We got to bring him back. Some way
that could have been that episode alone would have been hilarious. Like, because Wu, like,
Luis, that's what you did. As soon as you hear the bongo drums, like, and we're off.
He's like, how did he know this? And like, so yeah, this is something that Lady Mandalore actually touched on before, and I agree with her. And it was something that James Gunn even confirmed. He said, look, they have certain things that are done.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of it. Not everything is done, which is why we didn't get the Blade script yet. Not everything was done. Everything was announced before script was done, which is, to me, very weird and very bass-ackwards. Yes, I said that just how it sound. Bass-ackwards to kind of think. Like, one, people are going to go see a Marvel project.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to race because it's a superhero project. People are going to go see whether it's Marvel or DC or Image. It doesn't matter. They'll go see it. So there was no race to win. You were already there anyway. All you had to do was take your time, write the script, saying what we want to have done. Like you said, do you have any treatments done at all?
all the writers, all the source material, and all you had to do was sit down with a group of them and say, you guys got 2 years. Write me a story.
That's it. Sit down in the room. I think what happens is Marvel's first phase was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Their second phase was fine too. I think at the particular time, they still had everybody kind of like in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And could kind of bounce off each other and say, okay, don't do that because this is happening over here. So we don't want to get that mixed up, which is what you should do.
Right. But there's like you said, not everybody was in different rooms in a hotel, but nobody was in the kitchen. Not everybody was in the kitchen.
I want to do this. Well, I want to do this. I'm like, nobody's talking to anybody. You know, so you kind of lose your footing.
But
I don't
Lady Mandalore is watching Alien. I can tell. She's
watching some because them eyes are going to the right.
I'm listening to y'all and trying to jump it in the conversation where I think I have something, but I'm also writing something too.
Reverend,
our very own globe-trotting Reverend Navy Montel's in the building.
I'm coming to you live from the basement of the Whoopty, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you was a man.
He shuts the camera off.
Yo, if you don't know the reference, that's going to feel very, very interesting.
Well,
So if anybody knows anything about what we're talking about, I know Navy. Look, he's like, it's probably Whoopty showing up in the. It's Whoopty showing up in the garage.
she's right here, y'all.
No, we were saying we were talking about how the MCU, like James Gunn, he confirmed that there's a lot of projects that they have that they jumped the gun on. They announced projects that there was no scripts yet, probably not even any treatments just yet, and I think they depended on the momentum that they already had.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is why a lot of, and I'm going to refer to the Eternals, which had great promise to tell a good story, but I'd probably say the wrong director. The script was there, at least from what you could tell, but I think that it wasn't the right direction, because you had a group of characters that on face front, general public do not know who they are.
True.
Similar to
read the comics, so you have no idea.
Right. Similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody really knew or cared about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Yep. James Gunn took a ragtag band of characters, probably considered like C or D list in most retrospects, and said, let's give them their own separate thing and really wrap this up in a bowl and tell this story. I think Eternals suffered because they kind of forced these characters in and they threw the story together, especially when you find out who the antagonists are and everything else. And I'm like, this was a perfect example of, you could have tied this right into Thanos and called it a day.
I mean, that again, it goes back to what you said. Gunn figured out how to take a bunch of lesser known Marvel characters, humanize them, and make them relatable in a story that everybody could pick up, versus the Eternals, where it's like, hey, we're shiny.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I mean, you had deviants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the other thing that stands out with the difference between James Gunn and the director for Eternals, they weren't allowed. I don't know if they weren't allowed, but they were strongly urged to not read the goddamn comics.
That part too.
James is not with the shits on that. He very, even to the point where he was talking about how they made him change the fucking colors to the goddamn Infinity.
The stones, the stones.
Like, he thought it was fucking ridiculous, and it was goddamn ridiculous. But if you have somebody that is like, I just want to have the experience of working on a superhero film, sorry, lady, you're not going to have the same level of care, and it's going to show. It's going to show. It's shown in the last couple of movies and TV shows that they've done.
Yeah, we had this conversation before. This is the one thing that puts James Gunn ahead of everyone else, because he's a genuine comic book fan. And you could tell in his work, you can tell about his love. And when you see these projects that are slapped together and thrown out there and just they're waiting for people to react, comic book fans, whether they're new, they're veterans, or they're getting it from their friends, they can tell when there's a level of pride and where the source material is implemented into the project. Eternals is one of those where I liked the movie, but I didn't, because I read the comics. And just like the Chris and Spartan, we read the comics. We know what these characters were all about. And they dropped the ball. So if you don't know the source material, especially as an actor, if you're taking on the role of, let's say, Icarus from Eternals, read the comics. You see how he genuinely was of a specific mindset, and he performed a certain way, and he acted a certain way, and that along with the other ones, even Sprite to a point. And I said, okay, And I said, let me give this a shot. And I watched it, said, well, I enjoyed it, but this was so tone deaf, it wasn't even funny.
And special effects heavy for no reason.
Yeah.
I liked
it. No, there's definitely elements for that movie to be liked. It's elements in that film to be liked. It really is. When they started talking about the deviants and how they were advancing and everything else, we know, me and Spartan and Navy, we know Thanos has a deviant gene. He's not like the rest of the people on Titan. He was actually ostracized the way he looked from birth. You know, it's a deviant gene. He's quote unquote a mutant from his own planet. But the ideas he had were radicalized and everything else. And I said, this is a perfect way that you're showing these creatures, or this set of creatures, who are advancing and then learning to talk and doing this. There was a way you could switch that, and this is how Thanos came about.
Perfect angle to go into Thanos' backstory while explaining what deviants were.
Because I guarantee you, people who were introduced to Thanos through the phase 1 thought that everyone on Titan looked like Thanos.
Right.
That's not the case. You never seen anybody else from Titan. So it was there was that whole level of y'all kind of dropped the ball. Yeah. And they dragged it out, and it took them forever to kind of wrap some stuff up. You know, it took Sam to wrap it up. So,
and right now with Justice League, if they decide to go in a proper direction, they could introduce way more characters who've had more of an impact in the DC comic universe. For instance, Darkseid, long overdue. Introducing Apocalypse, the New Gods, the Tomorrow People, introducing them because they have had such an influence in the storylines. And Darkseid is one of Superman's main villains. So how are you not introducing this character who's had such a huge impact?
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
So I think
I want to say, is it casting? Because if it's casting, I can live with it, because you gotta have the right person to play Darkseid.
See, here's the thing. And I'm gonna use Eternals again. The casting was fine. Your story could have used some little punching up, but was okay. But direction was not there.
Lady Mandalore is about to do
say it. I think that, but the direction wasn't there.
I'm thinking about Nia DaCosta and the Marvels and what she was quoted as saying today. I'm gonna say it the way that she wanted to say it. Y'all raggedy motherfuckers gave me a half-ass lazy motherfucking script, and you lucky. I'm talented enough to detract from the bullshit that y'all gave me to work with. So you're welcome. Like, you can't expect. Oh God, it's so fucking frustrating because the answer is right there in front. With this, I have said these words a billion fucking different goddamn ways. I really hope going forward they are pulling themselves out of the shithole that they have dug themselves into, because it's to me it's still a mess. It's still a mess, and the fact that James has what I knew this shit was gonna fucking I knew it, James. I believed in you. James has got one movie out, and no one is talking about Marvel. No one is talking about Marvel, good or bad at this point.
There's a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like I said before, me as a fan of comics, period, I'm going to see either or. It don't matter. Like when Superman dropped, and then what was it, a week or so later, Fantastic Four, I went to go see both.
Same. However, I'm still more excited about God fucking don't make me love you.
The love is already there. You just don't deny it. Just let it go, baby. Just let it go.
I'm more excited to see Superman now, right now, and I've seen the movie twice compared to Fantastic Four.
I agree with that.
Because he got it right.
It was done. He wasn't such a superpower being that he did not understand humanity. He
humanized him.
Exactly. You saw him.
That's who he is.
You saw him go through pain, but you also could relate to everything he said, the way he moved, and how he interacted. That was what made Superman such a relatable and such a favorite.
But even if you want to go deeper than that, those two series are completely different, because one is family oriented ish, like central family, as opposed to found family.
Yes, it's family. Yeah, you're right. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
So to not be able to hit the notes when they, for me, are two different movies, it's
like I got with Fantastic Four. I got which Fantastic Four is Marvel's first family. That's that they are known as Marvel's first family.
Yeah.
I got that family cohesiveness, that family unit. I got that from that movie. And then from Superman, that found family concept, I got that. And not only that, and no shade to FF. I loved the movie. It was fun.
It was good.
It was a lot of fun.
But yes, I was very excited to go see Superman. It was a character I grew up that I was exposed to first, and everything that he stood for. Every iteration of that character that I've seen, except for one, has always embodied that found family aspect, that humanity aspect of just trying to do it right, messing up, but keep getting up to do it again, giving second chance. Even watch Smallville. You watch Smallville, and the fact that just watching that Clark and Lex dynamic, and then how it breaks down over time.
Still great writing.
It was great writing. That relationship, it was like he saved his life. He owed him a debt of gratitude, and he like, hey, this dude saved my life. He couldn't tell him who he was, of course, but they built a relationship, and then over time, due to their paths going different directions, and then finding out like, oh, you kept this from me, and the other one, I can't tell you who I am because there's way too much involved and things can happen. And then realizing, like, and still, even throughout that time period, Lex can mess up. Clark is like, I can give him another chance.
Yeah,
that's Superman.
But also, can we say that? I point this out as well, leading up to Superman, the fact of the B-roll stuff that we saw, like you saw Corn Sweat in Superman gear interacting with kids, and I'm like, I know this is B-roll material, but it's almost it wasn't intended. But the way it was shot, the way it was recorded, him talking with the kids interacting with him, feeling completely comfortable with him, would make you think it's a part of the movie when it's just a break between takes.
Yeah, Tyler Hoechlin, he got that. There's a scene, and in that Lois and Superman show, it's the first episode, and he has his classic suit on, and he saves a kid, little black kid. And he talks to him. He's like, "Oh, that's a cool suit." He's like, "Thanks, my mom made it." And he takes off, and I'm like, "It's so hokey, but that's who he is."
But the thing about it is, he's grounded. Like the one thing we got from Superman, Lois, same thing we got from Superman. We got a grounded one. It's one that he wants to basically be seen as he wants to be seen as accepted. So that's what you really got from it. Even his speech at the end, which again, I hate you, Gunn, because that speech was perfect at the end, and combined with Lex's hatred and making 1A a thing now because apparently it's trademarked. But again, it's
Crypto on the other hand is just like, yeah, we ain't got time for that.
That just goes back to how you tie a movie. If you can make a movie hit home on several notes, combine it with a good soundtrack, because God dang you, Mr. Williams, God dang you. But that's the thing. And I do remember, like I said, Fantastic Four was great, but Marvel has a time problem. You start this off right in the 60s. I'm like, oh, you're going to fast forward them to the current. I'm not.
Well, they're on a different Earth, so they're on the different Earth. So.
Yeah, they're on a different Earth.
You're on a different Earth, but I was always, it's that fear of you fast forwarded, and some people might get lost in the sauce on that. Versus the rest of us, we're looking forward towards for Secret Wars because we know, again, everybody in this room has read Secret Wars, I'm sure. We know how integral the Fantastic Four are going to be in this, and we also know how integral another person is going to be in this, depending on how a certain movie will begin and end.
Speaking of which, that rumor just might be true about who almost came to blows on that set. Something about a joke went too far. And I don't know how far a joke could go.
I don't know. My money's on the guy in the red suit.
Oh yeah.
Wait, which one? Which one is that? No,
well, one of them hung up the red suit, and the other one didn't.
Thank you. There we go. Let's go with that. The other one.
Okay, I was gonna say like.
Red suit.
So yeah, it's like because I'm like did you? And one of them is a good friend with ScarJo, and the other one used to be married to ScarJo. So yeah.
Awkward.
Wait, who was married to Scarlett Johansson?
Ryan Reynolds.
Shut the fuck up. No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. I think for like 2-3 years.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. 2-3 years they were married.
Oh, right.
Wow. She covered her whole face with her arms. She covered her whole face with her arms, like forearm.
Oh, God. Wow.
So if they happen to announce the second half of the cast and she shows up, and I'm like, ooh,
that's why I said
that's just gonna be weird.
Especially with Ryan Reynolds, the way he does clapbacks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't think it's badly. I don't clap back that bad.
But yeah, once again, rumors. There's no allegedly it's those two arguing. I don't know, but
all I know is don't give a roaster time and ammo.
That's true.
You will get your feelings hurt to the soul.
Thing is, they both can roast, so I'm like, well, I guess it's that time.
Wrap-up protocol initiated, Captain.
I want to thank our guest. He's not here, but I want to thank our guest, Corey Davis from RocBottom Studios, for coming on. You can check out his projects on Blerd Station. So go to blerdstation.com and go to the sign-up page. You can sign up under Blerds Eyeview. You can sign up under anybody that's here on this page right now to join up. And for those who, when we switched over and everybody's stuff got dropped, you can pick it back up right where you left off at. And I believe there is an incentive for those who come back to the Affinity Partnership. So go sign up at blerdstation.com. We are launching very soon. Very soon. There's a lot of stuff that's coming on there. It's moving so fast. There's too many things to name. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of projects, a lot of IPs that's coming through the Blerd Station. So, Lady Mandalore, talk to the people. Let them know where they can find you.
You can find me and this lovely gentleman down below me. Pause. On YouTube. And
I don't have my
Twitch.
sign. Doggone it. See, now I got to do a virtual one now. Gee, thanks. Okay. All right.
You can find the both of us on YouTube and Twitch at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a little show that I like to call Roomful of Blerds. We talk about independent comics. We have the creators, the artists come on. They tell us about their books, their stories, and we get to know them a little bit better so that you can like them a lot more like us. Fridays, I also stream video games. I'm currently doing my very first RPG of Expedition 33. It's kicking my ass. And I'm also, when I get tired of that, I start playing Star Wars Legos, the Skywalker Saga. And that's kind of kicking my ass too. I'm not gonna hold you.
Oh no, I wasn't clapping for it, kicking yet.
Oh no, it's
It's
fine.
just Lego Star Wars is just fun.
No, it is.
It's the honesty for me. It's kicking my ass.
It is. It's kicking my ass. Little goddamn stepping block goddamn toys. They're fine. I think feel like I'm forgetting to do something, but I can't remember it right now. So I pass the baton to whoever.
Whoopty freaking do in the house of Whoopty.
in the mansion.
Yes.
She's in the parlor.
Yes.
Yes,
it's very palatial. Look at me. I'm in the bathroom.
Palatial.
You saw how long it took
See
to
here,
learn
Blerd's
to
Eyeview, we
say-
use real words like palatial.
I'm in the Palisades.
Palatial estate.
Estate. Talk to him, Whoopty.
You can find me on Instagram at.
Oh, boo boo. How?
Ooh,
How
we can't hear you,
not
Whoopi.
muted,
We
but-
can't hear
Fine,
you.
also. Did you?
Where's the
No,
mic?
we hear you, but it's very low.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you a microphone, baby. We got
There
you.
it is. There, Bob's your. Hey, oi, 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 oi.
There it is.
You can find me on Instagram at Whoopty Freaking Do, and also on TikTok at the same name. And if you're ever looking for nerdy needs for yourself or for somebody else, nerdy nail needs for yourself or anybody else, simple little thing I got
Nice.
going on today. You can find that also on Instagram at Fresh Press by Z.
Website
Right.
coming soon. Website coming soon.
Right. Geek by Heart, and then Navy, and then Spartan.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Lainey from Geek by Heart. You can
Hey.
find me on Geek by Heart by all the socials. Okay, I stream on Wednesdays and Sundays. I'm streaming Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and I cannot wait to stream Silent Hill F at September 26th. Seriously, cannot wait to be scared again. What happened?
Sorry, that's not Greenwich Mean Time, my ladies. That's Eastern
What?
Standard Time. She'll be.
I
That's
can't tell.
Eastern Standard
I
Time.
don't
You're
know if we're
wrong.
doing.
You're wrong.
Are we doing Bridgerton or are we doing Downtown Abbey at this point?
I
Yes.
don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm
We're
just
doing
Googling.
Downton
Why
Bridgerton,
not?
ladies and gentlemen. We're doing Downton Bridgerton.
I'm doing Lady Time, okay?
Bridgerton
Lady
down. There we go. Bridgerton down.
on Geek by Heart. You can also find me and my husband Jay talking about trailers and movie reviews. We still need to do weapons. One day we will do weapons, and we will definitely be doing The Conjuring that's coming up. And shout out to Christy and Malika, because they are always in my lives, and I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Right, Navy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hey, y'all, what's going on? It is my forehead. That's when you know a brother is tired. I was on the road for 9 hours. Let me tell you.
Oh, ooh.
Normally that is fine, but when you get in Atlanta, boy, it tests your endurance. Let me tell you, boy, you hit streets that just came out of a time slip or something.
Your
Anyway,
endurance, your patience.
I am on location here from today until Monday. I'm here for Dragon Con. So if you are in Atlanta and you are at Dragon Con, come and find me. You can't miss the beard. Trust me, it's gonna be here because this amazing lady and myself will be attending this convention. And we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a blast. It's gonna be fantastic, colossal.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, there she is, right there. Yeah, right there. See, she's right there, right there. See, not this one, that one. I'm up under this.
Because the way he was pointing, I was just like, I'm no lady. I'm a man.
It was long distance pointing. It was long distance point. Anywho, to everyone who supported Atlanta Comic Con this past weekend, thank you. It was phenomenal. It was a lot of fun. It was amazing. Got to meet Tasha Scott. She's in Atlanta, so I'm trying to talk her into coming to Dragon Con as well. I'm getting back into my schedule, so if I reach out to you, ask you to be on the Blerd and Convos, please don't make too much of a big deal about it, because we talk about you, everything about you. We'll elevate and motivate and encourage you, because we don't have enough of that in this world. There's way too much drama and not enough positivity. So if you're on that side, then guess what? We're gonna fight. So that's me.
All right, Spartan.
We gonna fight. I don't think I'm gonna get pulled in this. Anyway, Black Sports Park 615 is where you can find me on the socials. Things still going on. We are still talking about the man with the baby hands, how the fact we got here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. because apparently if you are in Chicago or Baltimore, armor up. At the same time, myself, Tafari, and Joe, we're still covering everything on Get bit as far as video game wise and things of that nature. We're still catching up things from Gamescom as well as new releases that are coming out very soon. If I'm not here, I'm not at the gym or not dealing with my kids, still trying to stream Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Thank you everybody that's been guiding me through the Souls-like game because I need all the help I can get. That's about to wrap up, so we're going to be moving to Banisher's Ghost of New Eden very soon. So again, a game that I got because I have a humongous backlog of things I haven't played yet. So that'll be happening very soon. Also, again, protect your peace. Check on your friends. Go outside and touch grass. Drink water. Although right now the weather is not trying to kill us, but you know it's false autumn. So be prepared
False
for next
autumn.
week.
False autumn.
Yeah, be prepared. If you're in the South, this is false fall. Don't get excited. Just saying. Anyway, respect cosplayers. Wash your ass. Respect and talk about your fandoms. Don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
Woo! Well, let me get myself back front and center. There we go. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm your man on the wall, Chris Fury. You can catch us Tuesdays and Thursdays on Blerd's Eyeview and always press record the next day uninterrupted. But you can catch us on Tuesdays and Thursdays on YouTube and Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern. You can also listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast. So that's an Apple and possibly is Google Podcast still a thing? I don't know. But yeah, iHeartRadio, all the great stuff. You can catch us. We're there. We will be doing some other giveaways as well. So shout out to Damon Davis of Ultimate Wireless. So we'll be having some stuff for that coming on really soon. And remember to always educate yourself from others, entertain yourself from others, and most of all, encourage yourself from others. You can catch me and this crew and follow all the platforms. And yes, a third of us are doing voice work. We do voice work. We got voices everywhere. So do that. Have fun. We will see you Thursday because we're going to be talking about Peacemaker, Alien Earth. Yes. Until then, we will see you guys. Be kind to yourself. Don't be foolish. Don't believe the little red man.
Wow.
Okay, bye.
No.